Hi everyone, and welcome back to another retro cooking recipe. We are still working our way through those Pillsbury bake-offs. This is bake-off number 23, 1972. There is actually 2 winners this year that got $25,000. This is the first time that they've ever done this, and they do this for the next 6 years. And then in 1978, it kind of goes to every 2 years. They still have 2 winners, but then every 2 years the bake-off goes, like 78, 80. So we are looking at, this time, Rose D. Dominic's Streusel spice cake. Next week we will look at the other winner from 1972. But this was also held at the Astro World Hotel in Texas. I believe this hotel was just built in the late 60s. Super exciting hotel that they held the bake-off at. And, you know, I've looked for information on the hotel. Some tell me that it's now the Crown Plaza. I heard that it closed its doors in 2005 and it was demolished. If you have any information about, is it currently the Crown Hotel? Is it still, I don't know, Astro World? It was super cool picture of the hotel right here. But with that being said, let's go try Rose's Streusel spice cake. This was also a takeoff of Pillsbury did a line after they went through her whole thing. So they did do a line from this, was the mimic of the line for their Pillsbury Streusel swirl cakes. So got to give Rose credit for that. So let's get to that ingredient table. Right, ingredients for our Streusel spice cake. We need a Pillsbury Moist Supreme yellow cake mix. I'm sure any yellow cake mix will do. We need 3/4 cups of milk, 5 eggs, a 1/4 cup of nuts chopped. I have some walnuts here, a 1/4 cup of coconut, a 1/2 cup of butter softened, and 1 ounce of unsweetened chocolate melted. So this is the cake part. And then we also have to make a filling for it, which is going to be a 1/2 cup of coconut, a 1/2 cup of chopped nuts, a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and then we need 2 tablespoons of flour and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. So we will just mix this all together in a bowl, and I believe we reserve a 1/2 cup of this mixture. I don't know where it's going to go, but we'll discuss that when we get into it. And then there's also a glaze that we'll discuss more when we get to that part when the cake is done, which is just some powdered sugar, milk, and then a tablespoon of butter. So let's get this cake mix started. Let's get all these ingredients just mixed together. Let's get this chocolate melted and get the cake batter started. All right, so we're going to start beating up our batter and ingredients together. I have the 1/2 cup of butter in here and the cake mix. Your butter didn't have to be, it does have to be soft. So I just kind of want to get this kind of incorporated a little bit. And then we are going to add our milk and our eggs to this mixture. I just want to give that butter a little bit of time to get incorporated so it's not chunky. Right, so let's add our milk and our eggs to this mixture. Lots of eggs, 5 eggs. All right, so that's all mixed together. We're going to slowly stir in our coconut. And our walnuts, chopped walnuts. And then we're gonna slowly stir in our melted chocolate. We just wanna streamline that in. All right, so they just want you to like stir the chocolate in with a spoon to kind of ribbon it through. I just warmed up my chocolate in the microwave, like 10-second intervals, and just kept stirring it because you got to be careful. 1 minute it'll be melted and the next minute it'll be burnt. So, but they just kind of want you to just make ribbons of chocolate in here. So that's all we're going to do with that. Just kind of get some good spoonfuls of it and just kind of ribbon it through our batter. So I'll work on that. Just kind of stir that through there. Ribbons of chocolate. All right, let's get our filling made. All right, so the filling is really all the ingredients. 1/2 cup of our chopped nuts, 1/2 cup of the coconut, the 2 tablespoons of flour and the 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and the 1/2 cup of brown sugar. We're just gonna mix this all together, and then we will reserve a 1/2 cup of this for, we like put half of the batter in the bundt pan, the leftover without the 1/2 cup of the filling, and then the other half of the batter, and then sprinkle the rest, the 1/2 cup on top of that. So let's get our bundt pan. All right, so our tube pan is greased and floured. We have half of the batter in here. We have the filling that we have taken the 1/2 cup out that we're going to reserve for after we put the other half of the filling or batter in. And we are just going to sprinkle this all over the center, and then we will add the rest of the batter on top of that. All right, so we got the other half of the batter on top of here. I'm just gonna smooth this out. Get it all even. All right, so we're pretty even, and then we are just going to sprinkle the rest of this reserved filling right around the top of it. And then we are going to put this into our oven, 350-degree preheated oven, for 50 minutes till a toothpick comes out clean. All right, we're out of the oven. It did about 50 minutes it came out for me. So let's get this out of the pan. It's been sitting for about a half hour cooling. So let's get this beautiful cake out of the pan. Well, she fell right out. We are going to let her cool completely, and then we'll make some glaze. Okay, so for our glaze, we need a cup of powdered sugar, a tablespoon of softened butter, and then just a couple tablespoons of milk just to get it to the consistency that you want to get it to. So let's get this icing made. Pretty yummy. Haley, thoughts on Streusel spice cake?
It's really good.
Really good?
Yes.
Did you like the coconut?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, you heard it from Miss Haley. Streusel spice cake is a go. Haley Vintage. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.